Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostle nails of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother that preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua have mercy upon you. Alright, see this guy page. Name of this guy's page is Miadas Touch, and it reads Honduran president threatens U.S. military after Trump's threats. Read that again. Honduran president threatens U.S. military after Trump threats. So in other words, I'm gonna get into it. It concerns Hondurans. I'm just reading verbatim what it is. Honduran. The threat is that they trying to remove the Air Force base from out of their country. Because I mean, hell, if somebody trying to take something that belongs to you, that canal or that river or whatever you want to call it, if somebody trying to take something that belongs to you, you gonna allow a damn Air Force base to remain in your country? Just make it make sense. So let me just start it. Let me start it over here. Here we go. This guy doing his report on it, and so I'm just gonna let it play to a degree, and to I don't know how much I'm gonna let it play. So bear with me.
Honduras, Jimero Castro is threatening to shut down United States military bases in Honduras based on Donald Trump's threats to South American nations, Central American nations, Trump's threats against Mexico, Trump's threats of bloody mass deportations, which would affect the Honduran population as well in the United States of America and would have a significant impact on Honduras. I want to show you right now what President Jimero Castro said to Donald Trump and the United States. This was part of her New Year's message, which is, we're going to kick you out of the military bases which you've had rent-free here in Honduras for many, many decades. Here, watch this.
Frente a una actitud hostil de expulsión masiva de nuestros hermanos, tendríamos que considerar un cambio en nuestras políticas de cooperación con Estados Unidos, especialmente en el campo militar, en el que sin pagar un centavo por décadas mantienen bases militares en nuestro territorio, que en este caso perderían toda la razón de existir en Honduras.
Here's some other images of Jimero Castro as well.
So she said that you all have had military bases. I'm just stopping because I know that it was going through kind of fast. It said you all have had military bases for decades in our country, and you all have not paid us anything. So she want them gone since they're making threats concerning taking something that belongs to them. So you all, I think I did a video on that probably about 4 or 5 videos ago concerning Trump making a speech talking about he wanted those areas because of what? Because he think that the enemy will come down this river to Mexico, and in other words, whatever the name of the rivers are, I didn't research them. I went over them in another video I did, but Trump wants to take possession of Honduras, right? I was just reading like I got it on here. Honduran president threatens U.S. military after Trump threats concerning taking something that belongs to them in Mexico. So here we go.
just to give you a brief history here, the United States has managed the Palmero military base, also known as Soto Cano Air Base in Comayagua, central Honduras, since the 1980s. And this is an important base for the United States of America. The Honduran Deputy Foreign Minister Tony Garcia says that there are around 250,000 Hondurans who are slated for deportation from the United States in 2025, perhaps more under Donald Trump's bloody mass deportation plans. And they're saying, look, if you go through with that, and it may even be as high as about 525,000, according to a Pew Research Center study. And Jimeno Castro is saying, look, we hope that the new U.S. administration of democratically elected President Donald Trump will be open to a dialogue, constructive and friendly, and will not make unnecessary reprisals against our migrants who normally make great contribution to the United States economy. However, she says that they will be ready to retaliate and change policies regarding the United States military presence in Honduras if Trump goes ahead with these reprisals. Let's dig deeper, though. What else is going on here? So, in June 2023, Honduras established formal diplomatic ties with Beijing, with President Xi Jinping. And a lot of investments going to be made in Honduras by China as part of their one belt, one road policy, their Silk Road 2 policy, if you will. They signed 17, Honduras and China signed 17 cooperation agreements on their Belt and Road Belt and Road Initiative, that's the word I was looking for, on the economy, inspection, quality, agriculture, science, technology, culture, and education. You see the photos here of the diplomats meeting with each other, and you see there President Jimeno Castro with President Xi Jinping. Now, as Donald Trump is out there threatening South American, Central American, North American, our allies, Panama, is threatening Denmark. Let me just show you what they did in China. So you see the contrast here. This was back in June of 2023 when Honduran President Jimeno Castro arrived in Shanghai's Peace Hotel. They gave her the red carpet. They were incredibly nice. And they were trying to, I don't know, do diplomacy and not just go and threaten people and bully people. Just watch this. I won't show you the full clip, but watch what happened when Jimeno Castro arrived. I'm showing this to you because I'm trying to give you the backdrop of how Donald Trump's threats and attacks on the sovereignty of nations is playing right into the trap and right into the hand of President Xi Jinping of China, who's now going back to these nations and goes, see, we told you they were unreliable. We told you they were going to do all of these things. Hey, you could be bold, get rid of American military bases because we got your back. Why do you think Jimeno Castro, the president of Honduras, is so emboldened to make a statement? Because she also smells weakness in Donald Trump, that Trump is afraid of Xi Jinping. And Trump shows he's afraid. He invites Xi Jinping to the inauguration. Trump talks about how powerful he thinks President Xi Jinping is. Watch this. This is Jimeno Castro you saw earlier in the video. Let's play this clip.
Hey, you would think she getting married. She got a big old bouquet of flowers. They're all taking pictures and gathering around her like she getting married to the president. The president marrying one another.
Okay, now I'd like to just show you also, just so you know, when Donald Trump threatened Panama, and by the way, over the past 48 hours, he's continued to make posts and reposts threatening Panama's sovereignty, posts about taking over the canal. And I previously showed you this clip right here of Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, who talks about sovereignty and the importance of sovereignty of these nations, of uniting Mexico and then further south, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, people who Donald Trump's threatening. Here, play this clip.
Ahora, ayer también se refirió al tema de Panamá y ahí sí nuestra solidaridad con el presidente.
Let me read this, man. Let me sit back. Let me read this right quick. Because she I mean, they putting it up there, but it's kind of small. He said, after Trump Mexican president says Panama Canal belongs to Panamanians. Now, yesterday, President-elect Trump, also referred to the issue of Panama.
Ayer también se refirió al tema de Panamá y ahí sí.
And regarding that, we extend our solidarity with the president of Panama.
Y nuestra solidaridad con el presidente de Panamá que salió.
Who came out very quickly to say that the Panama Canal belongs to the Panamanians.
Muy rápidamente a decir el canal de Panamá es de los panameños y en efecto el canal.
And indeed, the Panama Canal belongs to the Panamanians.
El canal de Panamá es de los panameños. Entonces hay.
So our solidarity, our support to the president of Panama, to the people of Panama.
Y si nuestra solidaridad, nuestro apoyo al presidente de Panamá, al pueblo de Panamá.
Now in Panama, I did another video.
Yeah, I guess women sound the same all over the world on them, man. They repeat themselves over and over.
Video on this. There were mass protests in front of the U.S. Embassy in Panama City based on Trump's threats to take over the Panama Canal. You see right here all of the people who were out and protesting, burning photos of Donald Trump that say F Donald Trump, burning the American flag. Think about the bridges that are being burned already before even day one. Here, watch this.
You know what, man? You wouldn't see this 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you wouldn't see stuff like this, Like them sitting there burning the American flags and burning the pictures of a president of the United States. That let you know that these people are not afraid of America anymore. America is going. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. All of a sudden came on. America, these smaller countries are not afraid of America anymore, man. America is not a threat. So America is stacking up enemies against them. Let's hear a little more.
And by the way, the president of Panama came out and said, hands off, Donald. And just think about this, by the way, as well. During the G20 summit that took place in November, President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico was not supposed to meet in person with President Xi Jinping. But when Trump was elected, not only did she take a meeting with Xi Jinping, which she wouldn't have, in my opinion, if Trump wasn't elected, they wanted that thing photographed. This was the photograph that went out. They were sending a strong message that China has the back of Mexico, that China has the back of all of these countries that Donald Trump is threatening. That's what Xi Jinping is doing. By the way, CCP propaganda, sure, but Trump is giving them easy gifts to go out and do this and strengthen their hand while America isolates itself. Just think about how ridiculous this is. And then Trump's attacking Canada and Denmark and NATO. Just so you remember as well, this is when Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum suggested that Mexico would retaliate against the United States with tariffs of its own if Trump tried to place tariffs on Mexico. Play this clip.
A un arancel vendrá otro en respuesta. Y así hasta que pongamos en riesgo empresas comunes. Sí.
Damn, there we go again, y'all. One second. I'm going to read it. I don't think y'all can see it, but let me read it again.
This clip.
A un arancel.
Mexico president says country may retaliate with what? With tariff of their own after Trump threat.
Arancel vendrá otro en respuesta. Y así hasta que pongamos en riesgo.
What is that? To one tariff. I know y'all can't see it because I barely can see it. To one tariff will come another and so on until we put our what? Common business at risk.
Empresas comunes. Sí, comunes. Por ejemplo.
Hey man, let me see can I put this. Let me put my caps on here. Sorry about that, y'all. I could have been doing this all the time, huh? Let me put mine on there. Let's see, do it come up.
Ejemplo, de los principales exportadores de México a Estados Unidos son.
It didn't come up, y'all. I put tried to put the subtitles up there. It didn't work. So anyway, for an example, Mexico's main exporters to the what? To the United States are General Motors. I can't read that, y'all. Sorry. Stellantis. I can't read that. And what? And Ford Motor Company.
General Motors, Stellantis y Ford Motor Company, las cuales llegaron a
Which come what? To Mexico 80 years ago.
México hace 80 años. ¿Por qué poner?
It jumped up then. Why put a tax on them that puts them at risk?
Un impuesto que las ponga en riesgo no es aceptable.
It is not acceptable and would cause the U.S. and Mexico inflation and job losses.
Y causaría a Estados Unidos y a México inflación y pérdidas de empleo. Creo que nos vamos a poner de acuerdo.
I think we, with Donald Trump, are going to what? Come to an agreement. I think that there is going to be an agreement with the United States and with President Trump. Damn, the same repeating itself.
La visión de que va a haber un acuerdo con Estados Unidos y con el presidente Trump. Pero si ponemos en el
But if we focus on coordination and collaboration to be able
el centro, la coordinación, la colaboración para poder
to address the migratory phenomenon in a deep way.
Atender de manera profunda el fenómeno migratorio, el problema de
the problem of the humanitarian crisis they have in the United States.
La crisis humanitaria que tienen en Estados Unidos por el consumo de fentanilo.
Damn. Oh, y'all. I missed that one. They did it real quick.
Migratorio.
To address the migratory phenomenon in a deep way.
El problema de la
the problem of the humanitarian crisis they have in the United States.
Crisis humanitaria que tienen en Estados Unidos por el consumo de fentanilo.
Due to the consumption of Fentanyl. Mm. They will be what addressed integrally.
Pues entonces se va a atender de manera integral. Por eso digo,
This is why I say, in addition to what the letter,
además de la carta, vamos a buscar una
we are going to seek a call so that we can sit down to talk as soon as possible.
llamada para que nos sentemos lo más pronto posible.
And finally, I've had him as a guest on before, Member of Parliament from Canada, Charlie Angus. Here's what Angus had to say as well. Play the clip.
The bigger issue here, instead of getting caught and responding to the trolling, is that this threat against Panama is a threat against a sovereign nation. We saw the president of Mexico speak out. The threat against Greenland was immediately countered by the Prime Minister of Denmark, who said that they weren't going to give up their freedoms. So we're also talking now about what will become the threat, I think, to NATO in response to, with Putin. We've known that Trump has undermined NATO numerous times and has claimed that Canada wouldn't need military protection. Well, right now, the only body or person threatening us right now is the United States under Trump. So he is playing a seriously destabilizing game, and I'm very concerned.
So there you have it, folks. And I wanted to both zoom in and zoom out to give you the full context of not just what Jimeno Castro, the president of Honduras, is saying, but also behind the scenes how China and President Xi Jinping is seeing this as an opportunity to build diplomatic relations with potential allies of the United States, build China's one road policy, or Belt and Road policy, the New Silk Road policy, and undermine American foreign policy as well. And we see that there with Jimeno Castro saying, all right, we're going to kick you out of your base. There you have it, folks. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the Midas Touch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers.
Hey, man. There we go. So there you have it. Let's see, I put this up real quick. President Trump, is stacking up what? Stacking up enemies against them, right? 250,000 migrants is supposed to be over here in America. That's a lot. Lord, I think it's more than that. But I think those are just the Hondurans, right? Let me see. What does he say? Oh yeah, they deal with China. Trump's making what threats. May establish May establish an even closer relationship to Honduras. Yeah. America is isolating itself. That's what he said. America, they're isolating themselves because they're still trying to be the bully on the block when no one fears them anymore. So Mexico, Greenland, and then he say they even undermining NATO, man, which is their allies. All these are allies of the United States, man. So the scriptures speak concerning that everyone is going to hate the whore. And who is that whore? That's Revelation 17, America. So America is stacking up these nations against them, just as the scriptures speak concerning them going to receive a death and destruction. Where those fanners, let's go to it. Let's go to Jeremiah 51, right? Jeremiah 51. At the top, I'm starting at the top. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, which is America, because America is the daughter of Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind. So this equates to what? The destroying wind, where the angels is the 4 angels are holding back the 4 winds, right? And that destroying wind goes into what? The day of the Lord, which is what? the death and destruction of America, and all of the what? Foreign nations are going to what? Gather together to do what? To give America its what it just do. So a destroying wind. Let's go to right quick. Let's go to 2 Peter. 2 Peter 3 and verse 3 and 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire. That's that portion of that destroying wind. Reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. Who's the ungodly men? Starting with you 2/3, right? Which is you Israelites. And look, and the heathens. You all are going to what? You are going to perish together. Let's go to verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heaven shall pass away. Meaning what? Rulership. Daily, the rulership of America and its allies are what? Are slowly leaving them. Because why? Because America still think that they're what? They still are the bully on the block. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away, which is the kingdom of heaven, which is Esau, Edom rulership, right? Their heaven, their kingdom. With what? With a great noise. And what's gonna be a portion of that great noise? Those ICBM missiles that the other nations are gonna shoot on America. With a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. What's fervent heat? The ICBM missiles. Along with the chariots of the Most High. Right? Those are the angels in the chariots. Yahweh Shai. They all are gonna what? Gonna have a first hand in what? In destroying America, man. Giving it just due, man. The earth also, and the works there that there are what therein shall be burnt up. Before I come back over here, let's go back over here to Jeremiah 51. At the top again, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind. Let's see something right quick, y'all. Right quick, excuse me. Let's see something. Yes. Let's read 14 and 1. Revelation 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb. Who was that lamb? Yahweh Shai. Stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. It's spiritual. Talking about what? Your mind. Right? So let's go back. We that understand what's truly going on around the world concerning America, which is Babylon, which is Egypt. We understand that it's not going to come. It's not going to make it out of the hell that the Lord is putting it under. It's putting it in, because we are slowly approaching. Well, not slowly. We are fast approaching the what? The day of the Lord. No one knows the hour, even the Son, and He sits on the right hand of the Heavenly Father. So no one truly knows the hour of America's desolation, destruction. verse 2 of Jeremiah 51 and 2. And will send unto Babylon fanners. And those fanners are what? Are foreign enemies. From what? Other nations. Foreign nations. Let's go to Matthew right quick. Matthew 24. 24 and 7. Matthew 24 and 7. All right. Verse 2 again of Jeremiah 51 and 2. And I will send unto Babylon fanners, which is foreign nations. And the scriptures is very clear concerning what? Wars and rumors of wars. Matthew 24 and verse 7. Let's just go straight to the point. For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms. And there shall be famine. So just before the ICBM missiles, the total death and destruction of all 5,000 square miles of America, there will be what? There will be famine, which means shortage, which goes into Jacob's trouble. So you're gonna catch pretty hell, and before that hour, right? And it's gonna be all type of infectious diseases that are not gonna be cured. You're not gonna have a pharmacy that you can walk up in, or a hospital that you can go in that's gonna be operating for what? For these sorts of what? Of diseases. For nations shall rise, Matthew 24 and 7 again. For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms. And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. Just seen whatever, a couple days ago, a day ago, something like that. Earthquake. I think it was in China. To be exact, China and somewhere else. Then I won't plan on reporting on it, just giving a little more understanding concerning the overall hell that America is going to get from the Heavenly Father, you know. And then you're going to get what? On the left hand side, which is, the Heavenly Father got the right hand and the left hand, and on the left hand side, which is what Esau, even the wicked, he's going to bring that hell on you like what? Like never before. He's just getting started. Verse 2 of Jeremiah 51 and 2 again. And will send unto Babylon fanners, meaning what? A foreign enemy, that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her all around her. They're going to get it. Let's drop down to verse, let's go to Zechariah right quick. Before I go there. And Zechariah 13. One second, y'all. This is always hard to find Zechariah. Zechariah 13 and verse 8, y'all. Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off. And those 2 parts are who? You Israelites. Shall be cut off and die. The world has you thinking that when Yahweh shall return, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus, that he's going to come down here and pass out roses and save everyone. So what's the purpose of having a day of the Lord? Right? It said the day of the Lord may come as a thief in the night. What you think? A thief in the night ain't coming to. What is a thief in the night coming to do? He's not coming to what? To pat you on the head and to feed you. A thief in the night is coming to rob you. And whatever else that's in the back of his mind that he's going to do to you. Right? And it shall come to pass that in the day that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. But the third, which is 1/3, shall be left therein. Who is that 1/3? The elect. That's the separation between the elect of the children of Israel versus the wicked, which is the 2/3. They're not going to be saved during this time, man. Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire. What's that fire? It's the death and destruction of starting with what? Those ICBM missiles, along with the chariot. You're going to be zapped to. You're going to know what out of this world zap is when you're zapped to dust. And I will bring the part through the fire. I know you haven't seen it before, right? Just like in the days of Noah when they have never seen rain. And now we see rain monthly, even weekly, even daily. Now it's a common thing. So those lasers are going to be a common thing that's going to be back into the remembrance of what? Or you wicked 2/3. Because you've been zapped before, you just can't remember your past lives. You're back doing what? You're back on earth showing the small number of us through your wickedness what we shouldn't be doing. So you shouldn't do that. You need examples of what you should or shouldn't be doing, man. So you got to have wicked people on here on earth, man. All of these things are very strategically designed by who? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You're going to be tried. Everyone has to be tried, man, to see if they're worthy to be what? To receive mercy during this time. And I will bring, verse 9 of Zechariah 13:9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will, that's the second death, and will refine them as silver is refined. We refine them how? With the fire. How do you refine silver? With fire. Heat. And is refined. And will try them as gold is tried. How do you try gold? Huh? The same way, burn it in fire. They shall call on my name. Huh? My name. What's his name, y'all? His name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahushua. The material things and pleasures of what? Of war. You're going to receive in this time. And we'll hear them, I will say, it is my people, the Israelites. Starting with who? The 1/3 of the children of Israel. Because the 2/3 continues to call upon their oppressors God, which is what? Another God. It is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh, is my God. So that's one for you, you silly rabbits, which is you wicked 2/3 that continue to call upon what? Another God, which is JC, which is JC, which is Jesus Christ, right? And you purple giants, Bishop Nate and them, you all Most High Christ blessed, that's another God. The Bishop Nate is sending a lot of you all through that fire. A lot of you are going to go through that fire. I say, well, this is my personal opinion, that IUIC has what? Has elect among them, but I don't think it's many. I think it's very few. Very few. But who am I? Right? This is only my opinion, because no one knows who's going to be saved but the Heavenly Father. Right? Verse 2 again of Jeremiah 51:2. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble, Jacob's trouble, they shall be against her, Jacob's trouble, and what? The trouble of what? Of the death and destruction of America. All 5,000 square miles of what? Of America. The day of trouble, they shall be against her around about. All of the what? The other nations, which is the enemy. Jeremiah. Y'all want to go here? Yeah, I go with. Nah. I'm just going to go to verse 10. I'm going to close it out. This is Jeremiah 51:10. The Lord Yahweh has brought forth our righteousness, which is who? Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai is the one that's going to give you mercy in that day. The Lord Yahweh has brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the hands of the Lord Yahweh, our God. So when they know say call Allah Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, we call HaKodash, Shalom.